This is Reverend Wendy Craig Purcell from the Unity Center here in San Diego with a real quick recap of the message I gave yesterday. Yesterday I shared the idea of perspective as a spiritual practice. You know, most people when they think of spiritual practices think of things like prayer and meditation, the practice of journaling or gratitude. I think those are spiritual practices to be certain, but so is the idea of practicing perspective. I began the lesson by sharing a short video clip of an amazing young woman by the name of Jennifer Bricker. And if you haven't heard of her or seen the video about her, I encourage you to go onto YouTube and check it out yourself. Again, the name is Jennifer Bricker. But the points that I pulled from that lesson and from the idea of perspective as a spiritual practice are these 6 ideas. The importance to stop all petty whining and complaining. The second, to never say can't. In other words, tell yourself the truth. Not that you can't do something, but for whatever reason you're choosing not to. Maybe choosing not to put the time into doing it, or choosing not to give up the things that you might have to give up to be able to do the thing that you say you can't do. The third was to dare to compare. Not so much comparing yourself with your neighbor, but comparing yourself in terms of the whole human family. And when we do that, we realize just how very blessed and fortunate we really are. The fourth idea was to stop focusing on what we've lost and to really pull our attention into what do we have left. The fifth idea was taken from one of Jesus' practices and teachings of turning the other cheek. The phrase turn the other cheek is usually used in reference to practicing the idea of nonviolence. But I shared that it also is about practicing perspective, because the moment we literally turn the other cheek, we are changing our viewing point, and that can change everything. And then the final point that I shared was the idea of calling it something different. When something challenging or upsetting happens, perspective is about being able to reframe it and call it something different. Anyway, that's a quick recap of the talk I gave yesterday at the Unity Center. Hope you can join us this Sunday for either our contemplative service at 9 o'clock or our celebration service at 11 o'clock. Till then, namaste.